Today, after my test, I was at Subway having lunch, and today is their truck day, I guess, when they get the delivery of all their supplies for the week. And that means that today is also the day that prior to the truck's arrival, they are at their lowest amount of anything in their inventory. I have a yogurt with lunch, and they were out of yogurt, and so I was waiting for the truck. And while I was waiting, I had my laptop from school, and I found this game. It's on the front page of Newgrounds right now. It's called Ghost Hacker. Since I was playing on my laptop, I paid absolutely no attention to the story. I didn't care about the story, I just cared about wasting a little bit of time. So we're going to play, I guess we'll read the story while we're here. Congratulations, Alpha. Project Zeta was a success. The mind-machine interface worked. Who are you? Why am I here? Where am I? Calm down. Please try to remember you are an AI now. Your body is no more. At least your brain isn't. The digitizing process is one way only. What digitizing process? Some memory loss was to be expected. You are part of an experimental project instigated to help even the playing field with the rebel AIs. Only a human AI can respond fast enough to fight them. But how? Enough talk. Our network is under attack as we speak. Alright, the fact that only a human AI can react fast enough to combat them, that's funny. Our network is under attack as we speak. I will help you guide through the battle. I will help guide you through the battle. I'm not ready. Too dang bad. Alright, so here we go. This is a tower defense game, but I like it, and we'll find out why here. This first part is a tutorial. You have to do what they tell you. So, pick a tower, place a tower, choose an upgrade, place an upgrade, recycle the tower by dragging it to the recycle bin, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I'll explain what just happened. Here you have your memory. Memory is your currency. On the left is your available memory. On the right is the memory that you have that will it slowly goes back into the memory bank that you have available. So the addition of these two numbers is your total memory. Data cores are what you're protecting. So this bad guy, like right here, he would walk around the track and he'd grab one of these and then he'd walk back. I played this game for like an hour and a half, and it took no brain power or anything, which is exactly what I was looking for. It's not like a game where you got to be really quick and constantly placing towers, like the balloon and the monkey games. I can't remember what that's called, but you got the little monkey tower shooting balloons down with darts and what have you. Alright, so here you have your towers, just like every tower game, although certain ones can only be placed in certain spots. You can see this basic tower has a larger area, because when you choose this, it like eliminates that whole bottom row and couple other places. They cost, as you can see here, I'll stop moving the mouse and confusing you. This is a compressor tower. Everything here has a very, internet, computer, cyberspacey feel to it. 2 to 3 damage, shoots every 1 second, range 3, costs 30 memory, stores, and then down at the bottom are the special abilities. This one, if it's not firing, every second it'll store up to 5 extra attacks, so that when the first enemy comes by, it'll launch 5 shots at once, and it can obliterate things. It also homes in on them, so it shoots, but if they keep moving, what it'll do is the shot will follow after them, which is good. I hate those games. There's one of them. I think it's the monkey game. I hate the fact that like the catapult will fire at where the guy is, but if it's just at the edge of the range, it won't have a prayer of hitting him because it's too slow. This is a command shell. Its special ability is that it has +2 splash range. So when it hits an enemy, there's a little splash, an explosion kind of radius, and everybody in that radius takes the same damage. These are upgrades. There's a damage upgrade. See, it says upgrade. +2 damage. Memory leak upgrade infects an enemy with a memory leak, causing 1 damage every second for 3 seconds. And a linker upgrade, which allows the shot to ricochet to a nearby enemy. Then finally, at the end here, this is a script. It's called Scramble. And this is basically a spell. So you use up the memory, so it would cost 10 memory, deals 50 damage and stuns the enemy. And then, but you get the memory right back. And again, just like before, it has to count into the memory pool. Now, the cool thing, the cooldown's 100 seconds. I don't think these ones tell you how long it takes. No. Everything has a cooldown, but this is the only one so far that tells you what it is. Alright, so let's use our scramble and shoot the enemy, and he's dead. Alright, so now we're going to place a tower. I'm going to put this one right here because I want to. And what I like is, you can see that off the edge of it, there's this little green circle, and then there's this little blue circle. That tells you what kind of upgrades you can add to it. Now, if you hold it here, you can see that the circles change color. Later on, when you get multiple upgrades, you can use that to determine, it's like in this one, I specifically want red and green. So as soon as I see a red and green combination, I place it. So that way I can put the green and the red onto the same one. Now here's the first level of the game. This is why I find it hilarious that they say only a human AI can react fast enough. Look at how anemically slow this game runs. This is not a computer issue. Everything is so slow. Now, when you kill an enemy, I guess you're gonna have to pause over one of these enemies if you want to. Oh, I can just put it there. These are bites. They have 25 hit points. Their speed is 2, and each time you kill one, you can see it gives you 2 memory. And I can go ahead and put an infect there. Then here's the 2 speed ups. This speeds up the whole game, and this one speeds it up real fast to get you to the next wave real quick. I guess there's 5 levels, so we'll go along as we will here. What do I want? I need blue, so I can get the linker upgrade. How to explain some of the things. The biggest thing I like about this game, the thing that kept me occupied the entire time while I was at Subway, was these upgrades. I love that you can stick these upgrades onto any tower. They all have the same basic upgrade slots. Oh, as you saw, the one spider started dragging the data core away. When you kill it, the data core slowly makes its way back. This is only a problem if there's another enemy. If the first one dies and the data core drops here, the second one can just grab it and then start from there and head back. So there's a spell actually later on that lets you, I call it a spell, it's a script, and it'll send the data cores within a certain radius right back to the center. What are these things called? These are spiders. 30 hit points, speed 5, they're much faster, but minus 50% movement speed when they hold a data core. So they get all the way over here real fast, but then they get slow on the way back. Boom, boom. I love the upgrade system. That's what kept me occupied at this game for so long. What you've got, you can see the ricochet off of this one when it shoots, that ball heads out and flies away. Some of the upgrades that you get, like for red gives you this damage upgrade, and then there's a splash upgrade, which gives you basically the same +2 splash range. It is, of course, more expensive. Then, for green, there's this memory leak, which causes 1 damage over 3 seconds, which is not that much. Because some of these guys, like here, you can see this guy has 100 hit points. 1 damage every 3 seconds is worthless. Bites are easy to kill. The second green one that I got was this one's called linker, right? Yeah. It was a split or something. I can't remember exactly what it was called. I think it started with a Z. But it let you shoot 2 shots at once, which is pretty cool. Because, like, this tower, this is your basic damage tower. And letting that, I mean, you see it automatically does 2 to 3 damage. You add on to a damage upgrade, and suddenly it's doing 4 to 5 damage. And then you give it the split one, and now it's doing 9 to 10 damage. Although it doesn't shoot 2 shots at the same target, it shoots 2 shots at 2 different targets. What else do we have? The blue ones. Alright, the one that we have right now is the linker, which allows attacks to ricochet from one enemy to the next, as long as they're close enough together. The second blue upgrade that I got was a slowdown upgrade. It only slows down movement by 50% for 1 second. But if you put it on something like this, these ones with the splash damage, everybody who gets touched by the explosion, the splash explosion, ends up getting the slow, or in this case, the memory leak, or, well, actually, those are the only 2 ones that I really got. But if you have the damage upgrade, it does the extra damage on the splash as well. There's also a third tower that I got, and that was the Infector Tower, I think, is what it was called. I called it the Infector Tower. It has its basic attack, when it hits something, gives it this infection ability where it loses, the memory leak. But instead of 1 damage every second, it's 2 damage every second. And the cool thing about that tower is it actually has 3 upgrade spots. So I was giving it the linker to let it ricochet, the 2 shots so that it could hit 2 enemies, and then also giving it like the memory leak or the damage upgrade. Unfortunately, the damage upgrade does not make the memory leak more powerful. Oh, I actually am losing data cores. I've never lost data cores before. I should probably put a tower down and give it a damage upgrade and let its shots ricochet. Okay. I wasn't paying any attention to the game. I'm just talking about how to play it. This right here, I don't think a single enemy would escape. If I had placed that tower before I got up to, 70, 80 some memory, no reason to leave it go that long. Speed up. You're gonna die, so just die. Thank you. Alright, so that's the mission, the end of the... Oh, here it is. Yeah, the Infector Tower. It only does 2 damage, it doesn't fire very quickly, but it infects the enemy with the 2 damage memory link, and it gives you those 3 upgrade slots. I'm not going to listen to the story because I don't care about the story at all. Here we get to see some new enemies. You see on the bottom here, this is where when you finally finish a level, and most of the levels are, they start off at like 5 waves of enemies and then they go increase in the number and the type. Here is your, I forget what these are called, but they're slots. And so you get to pick which upgrades you want to put in those slots. Unfortunately, having gone through like the first 5 levels of this game, they always give you an extra slot whenever they give you a new upgrade. I'm guessing when you advance very far, because the first 5 levels of the game only occupied like the top corner of the screen. So I'm sure there's plenty of levels, and it gets more difficult as you go. So then I'm guessing you might have to make actual choices as to what you put down on the map. Alright, I love these infection towers. Alright, we're starting off here, so I want to put it here. And I want to give it the blue, the green, and the red. So I'll just wait for all 3. Thank you. Let's go ahead and give it this. That means it'll cause 2 damage every second for 3 seconds, plus 1 damage, so it's basically 3 damage for 3 seconds. And I'll give it the linker, and I'll give it the damage upgrade, and I'll start, and I'll get that going. The first couple levels are really, the first wave or 2 is usually pretty easy. You don't have to worry so much. What else did we want to talk about real quick about this game? There is the extra upgrades. I love the fact that... Oh, I'm not sure if you can get any particular combination of colors on any given tower. For example, I don't know if you sat there with an infection tower that you would be able to get 3 greens so that you could add 3 of the double shot upgrades or 3 blues to get 3 of the ricochet upgrades. I'm not sure if that's possible. I'll put you right there. And I didn't even pay attention to what upgrades it was getting because I usually don't care about the single shot compressor basic tower. We have... Are you going to give me... There we go. Yoink. I'm a bleeder, by which I mean I love to put a bunch of these infector towers and the memory leak upgrades on things anyway, because I love to watch these guys walk and then just suddenly explode like that when nothing's hitting them. See, this guy gets all the way over here. Oh, he's run out of badness. So there, he just explodes. I find that incredibly entertaining. I'll put that there, speed this up. You're going to die anyway. You don't have a prayer. Watch, this guy's going to shoot 5 shots. Boom! Send the next wave. Alright, so we'll watch this first guy when he shoots. He's going to shoot out 5... Oh, these guys, the reassemblers, they regenerate every second, which is why it's great to have the memory leaks. Boom! I love that. Now he's only going to shoot 1 shot. Now, since both of these guys have these memory leak and upgrades, and then this one causes the infection by itself, you'll see on this that his... let's do this one. You're going to have to pause it to see, but you'll see that the duration will increase. Unfortunately, this 1 damage every 3 seconds and this 1 damage every 3 seconds, they don't stack with each other. Instead, the duration increases, so it'll become 1 damage like every 6 seconds. 1 damage every second for 6 seconds. I was hoping when I first started it that they would stack, but they don't. And the last note I'm going to leave you right before I end this is the green upgrade that lets you shoot twice and the blue upgrade that lets you ricochet. And then the red upgrade, which causes an explosion, the splash damage. If you put all three of those onto an infector, which is what I did, unfortunately, what he'll do is he'll shoot two shots out from the green upgrade. They'll hit an enemy and then ricochet from the blue upgrade. And then when they finally stop, when they hit that second enemy, that's when it'll explode. I was hoping it would shoot out two shots, they would each explode and ricochet, and then explode again, but that's not how it works. Well, bye-bye.